Guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're back at it on my home turf, and guess what? We have that one compact sedan from Nissan that still keeps on trucking. What is it? It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2025 Nissan Sentra. This is actually the mid-trim, believe it or not. This is the SV trim. But before we get into this four-door, front-wheel drive sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. The Sentra made its debut, believe it or not, all the way back in 1982. It was a subcompact sedan. In 1999, the Sentra finally stepped it up. As the Ultima was stepping up, so was the Sentra. The Sentra became a compact sedan. Not a lot of compact sedans left around. Gone are compact sedans from the American manufacturers. All you have left is the Mazda 3, the Hyundai Elantra, the Kia K4, the new K4, or the Forte, if you're still looking at that, the Honda Civic, the Toyota Corolla, and this car. Now, obviously, the two biggest players are going to be the Civic and the Corolla. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best new compact sedan that brings the most for your hard-earned money, do you go Sentra or do you go with one of the competitors? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, I'm digging the color. This sparkly ruby red really pops nicely in the Florida sun. At the front of the business, on the SV trim, I'm shocked that there's no LED lighting whatsoever. So you have halogen headlights, halogen turn signal. I do like the way they put a little bit of trim inside the headlight housing, but other than that, you're not getting the latest in LED lighting. No LED lighting on this SV trim. You would need to step it up to SR, because there's three trims: S, SV, and then SR. They do a little bit of decorative trim where on the SR you get fog lamps. Let me know in the comment section if I should zonk it. I think I'm gonna let it slide, because wait until you hear about the price point on this vehicle. Now, as we come across that front V-motion grille, you'll notice with the chrome accents, the gloss black, it makes the sides of the V. In the center, you do have the gloss black. There's a forward-facing camera, believe it or not. And there's the updated Nissan badge. I like the gloss black with the chrome and the red. Lower lip area, it's a bi-lip, so it's a double lip. It's like after somebody punches you in the face and your lip gets swollen, it's almost like you have two lips. So that's the double setup there, fully functional for flowing cool air. But let me know what you think about the face of the Sentra. Is it bland? Are you liking the competition better? Maybe a Civic, maybe a Corolla? Let me know in the comment section. But I am shocked that there's a forward-facing camera. That's pretty impressive for this price point. Now, as we rise up, very sleek on the hood, easy, crisp body lines, and that's all about the end of the story on the hood. So you're getting a very clean, simple hood. But you know what? Sometimes the beauty is in the simplicity, and what's nice is from behind the wheel, it gives you a good visual reference point. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheels and tires. These are the 17-inch wheels that come on the SV. You do have machined aluminum, the gloss black inserts. Front wheel drive, there is no all-wheel drive Sentra. There's no all-wheel drive Honda Civic or Kia K4. Really, the only one to get with all-wheel drive would be the Mazda 3 or the Toyota Corolla, but you got to spend the do-re-mi for that. But front-wheel drive tires are going to be, like I said, they're 17 inches in diameter, 215 on the width, 60 series sidewall. The nice thing is you're not getting any flat black cladding stuck on the side. Very nice to see that. Now, as we come down the rest of the vehicle, color matched on the mirror caps. You do have LED turn signals built in. We have a standard size sunroof. And I like the way it just has the bright shiny metalwork along the bottom. This matches the trim nicely on the front grille. You have color matched door handles, and everything is body colored. So that's a big plus. Working our way towards the rear, they have that floating rear roof design with the gloss black in that rear pillar coming into the quarter panel, swinging it around. Style-wise, they do a great job on the taillights. So I'm liking the style to the taillights, the way they kind of come to a sharp point as you work your way inward. You got the updated Nissan badge, chrome Sentra letters, and then working our way down, very clean on the bottom. My one zonk is this fake vent. Get rid of that junk, just paint it, body color, and you have a simulated rear diffuser, no exposed exhaust. But I'm okay with that on this trim. Let's go ahead though, let's pop the hood and talk HP, the horsepower numbers of this Sentra. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. I'm not gonna zonk it because the rest of the competition has prop rods. Underneath the hood, there's no engine cover. That's what a modern day engine looks like. It's like a bowl of spaghetti with all the tubes and the hoses. But what do we have? It's a 2-liter inline-4 naturally aspirated engine, pumping out 149 horsepower, 146 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT. 0 to 60 in about 9.1 seconds. MPGs, 28 in the city, 37 on the highway. So the MPGs are pretty darn good, and it weighs 3,122 pounds. Obviously, the biggest zonk is going to be that CVT. I'd be okay with it if they went with a different brand than the Jetco branded CVT transmission. Because some CVTs, like you find with Subaru, they're halfway decent. These, not my favorite, but it does help get that better fuel economy number. 28 in the city is pretty respectable. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see this Sentra spin. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Nissan Sentra, this being the SV trim. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've driven pre-owned cars my whole life. I have nothing but issues with them, and because there's no warranty, I wind up paying out the wazoo to fix them. I don't want to get one of those warranties that Ice-T advertises, or I get all those spam calls for. I want a manufacturer's warranty, and I want a brand new car. The problem is, all the brand new cars are so expensive. Joe, tell me, can I afford this one? I understand your dilemma, and you're right. Car prices are out of control. MSRP for this SV trim is right at $22,900. Pretty inexpensive price compared to the competition. But let's see what you get when you go SV trim. To the door panels. I love the two-tone interior. It makes it feel like $1 million in here. Soft touch up top. Then you have that baseball glove tan. Soft armrest. Yeah, there's some corny faux carbon fiber around the switchgear, but you know what? It's better than gloss black. And the door pocket is a decent size to where you could get 2 Taco Bell chalupas and a bottle of Topo Chico in there. And we have the Bose sound system. Going from the door panel to the dash, look at the material. This is actually pretty impressive for a $22,000 car. The stitching, the soft touch, even on the sides here. So they're really doing a good thing with the materials. Slide on in. You do have the 8-inch infotainment system. It's got your wireless Apple CarPlay, your wireless Android Auto, Sirius XM, obviously 80s on 8. Cruel Summer, one of my favorites, especially because it was in the movie Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid. Let me go ahead, show you that camera. Camera out the front, not the best quality. But we do have to give them credit for having a forward-facing camera and for having a 360-degree camera on a $22,000 car. It does have trajectory lines, which are really nice. Hit the camera button again. You can show off those 17-inch wheels. Don't want to curb them, no matter how big or small your wheels are. I've always liked the way they simulated the AC vents like they're from a Mercedes-Benz vehicle. You're going to get dual climate with real buttons and knobs, heated steering wheel, 2 stages of heated seats, Down below, USB-C, USB-A, aux jack, 12 volt, and a place for 3 Twinkies. This is gonna control your CVT. You see this button here? That's how you go into sport mode. You hit that button. There's your start-stop button, by the way. Nicely placed. Let me move this out of the way and Steven can have all the room to show you where the start-stop button is. A little bit more of that faux carbon fiber where the cup holders are. I'm okay with it. You got a place for some Tic Tacs, so after you're done eating your Funyuns, you can freshen up your breath. Love the soft touch on the armrest. Open it up, you got a ginormous amount of size. You could actually put a 5-piece fried chicken box from KFC. That's 5 pieces of fried chicken and a biscuit. Here's a little fun fact. Do you know why KFC is the only brand that still to this day offers a bucket of chicken? It's because back in the day when the Colonel started KFC, he couldn't afford to get regular boxes. So the cardboard company gave him a discount on these cardboard buckets that somebody had ordered and then backed out on. And that's why KFC offers a bucket of chicken. Boom. That's what I love to bring to you. The seats, the soft touch. Look at the materials. It looks like $1 million. It's even got the diamond pleated stitching, the two-tone. It is manual adjustment for the passenger, but on the SV trim, I am getting electric assist over here. I don't love the lighter headliner. I wish that was just a black headliner, but you do have your standard size sunroof, which is nice on the SV trim. But why don't you get your finger licking butt over here, because you're done eating that chicken. I want to show you behind the flat bottom steering wheel in this Nissan Sentra. All right, guys, business time. You know, it's a little touches. I like the way they added this little bit of trim here with the Sentra name. I do have that 8-way adjustable power seat for the driver. And remember, these seats are developed with NASA. They're zero gravity seats, and I've driven a Sentra from Tampa to Miami, about 5-hour drive, very comfortable seats. I'm 6 feet tall, lots of room in here. Steering wheel, I know many people want a flat bottom wheel. There's your flat bottom wheel. You didn't have to buy a $200,000 Porsche. Flat black on the switch gear. You do have a manual telescoping steering wheel. Here's your eco button, which is kind of in a weird place. I wish they would put it somewhere else. And then you have that combination of the 7-inch digital display, which you could scroll through different information in there, a little cornucopia of information. And then you have your analog gauges, tach, speedometer, fuel gauge, and coolant gauge. That's all backlit LED. But why don't we go ahead? This is a compact car, but let's see if the backseat area is compact for your passengers. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, backseat time. I like the way they bring the two-tone for the backseat passengers. When you come on in, you don't have a pocket behind the driver's seat, but I do like the way they make the material dark. That way, when your kids are, eating their PB&Js or a piece of pizza or something, and they get goo all over the back of the seat, it'll be easy to clean that goo off and not leave a stain. You actually do get one USB-A back here. You might think that's funny, but guess what? A lot of the competition doesn't have anything. Nice large pocket. I want to go over to Annie Ann's Pretzels. Right across the street is Countryside Mall. I want to go get some cinnamon and sugar. Annie Ann's Pretzels, put those in there. 2 of them you can fit in there, no problem. I would actually get 3, 1 for my mouth, 2 for the pocket. Seats are actually comfy, zero gravity, feel like an astronaut. And then you have this Charmin soft armrest, 2 cup holders, and look, the back seats, the same stitching in a Sentra. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the trunk and see if it's got enough room for all your junk. All right, guys, time to get in the trunk. Just hit the button, lift it right up. You're actually getting a really good amount of trunk space. You're looking at 15 cubic feet of space. I love the way that the rear seats will fold 60-40 split, and I like how low the cargo floor is. I think the thing that most of you are gonna love is that you do get a spare. A lot of the competition doesn't come with spares. You do get a spare, but you know what? I'm ready. I hope you're ready. We're gonna go ahead and see how this Sentra drives and see if it's worth the money. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Nissan Kicks. This being the Kicks SR with all-wheel drive. And what's great is that the redesign really shows well throughout the whole exterior and interior. Getting to the 12.3-inch screen is well within reach. Able to make those AC adjustments if you want to do it from the screen itself, or you could use the actual physical controls as well, which is nice. Of course, when it comes to your digital gauge cluster, same story. I mean, the fonts, the colors, the graphics, everything feels really, really good, especially when you're taking a quick glance look at it. Now, besides the extra horsepower, they did retweak the CVT transmission. Would have been nice if they could put their 9-speed automatic in here, but we're gonna see how the CVT does its deal when we find a proper curvy road. But going down this 2-lane stretch right now, the seats are super comfy, as they should be. The Bose sound system built right into the headrests. And really just nice to have extra room in the kicks. It doesn't feel like a rental car. And definitely the look, in the looks department, they've really changed the name of the game. Now you'll notice that there is simulated shifting. That's something that they retweaked and added for 2025 to keep that RPM drone down that you normally find in a CVT when you're on throttle. So that makes it behave a little bit more like a traditional torque converter automatic transmission. But when you're just cruising the back roads and you're at a steady RPM and a steady throttle, it feels really good behind the wheel. You got your different drive modes, and like I pointed out earlier, no snow is scheduled for today in Tennessee, but you do have snow mode because we do have the all-wheel drive. It is front-wheel drive based, and then we'll send power to the rear wheels when slippage is detected. Whereas the Subaru Crosstrek has full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive that is always there. So that is definitely the plus that Subaru has over the Nissan Juke. But then remember, there is a MPG penalty to pay when you're not running all 4 wheels at the same time. But I'm gonna go on throttle real quick just to show you the acceleration and the grip. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. So the great news is no slip whatsoever. It gets the power to the ground effectively. The bad news is that if somebody's on a skateboard, they are gonna pass you if you're racing somebody on a skateboard. But with this type of vehicle, it's you're not taking it to the drag strip, right? I mean, this is gonna be one of those great commuter vehicles that will keep you safe. It's got the latest technology and usability. And then of course the price point, MSRP $31,000. It's becoming harder and harder to find crossover SUVs in that segment. Now, of course, the brakes work well, especially for all your passengers in the vehicle. And really just being able to enjoy the driving experience is what a lot of people are gonna feel when they're a passenger in the vehicle with you. But this is really nice how this new Kicks gets down the road. Great feedback through the wheel. Obviously the different modes adjust your steering sensitivity, throttle sensitivity, all those goodies in a nice, easily managed way. But just very impressed with what Nissan has done with their styling, with the technology, and of course with all the nice appointments in here. All the nice seats, the materials up front. But hopefully this has been a good overall review of what the Kicks is bringing. We're gonna go ahead and get back to where it all started and wrap up this review. So I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been a hot day, but you know what? We make the magic happen no matter what. Definitely want to thank the whole Nissan USA team allowing us access to this press fleet vehicle. Let me know what you think. Are you going 2025 Nissan Sentra, especially this SV trim for the money, or are you going to go with one of the competitors? Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta give it up to Stephen Flood. Nissan Sentra is one of his favorite cars, so show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do and your love of the Nissan Sentra. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.